Preserve meat for years with just salt, no fridge needed. Somewhere between the invention of the refrigerator and the convenience of the modern supermarket, humanity quietly forgot one of its most powerful survival skills. For thousands of years, people preserved meat without electricity, without chemicals, and without any of the complex technology that modern kitchens depend on today. They did it with a single ingredient so common, so affordable, and so available that most households already have it sitting on their kitchen counter right now. That ingredient is salt. And before you scroll past thinking this is too simple to matter, understand this: salt curing kept Roman armies fed across foreign continents, sustained Egyptian households through relentless desert heat, and powered the entire medieval trade economy across Europe and beyond. This knowledge did not just feed people. It shaped civilizations. And right now, on Prepper's survival blueprint, you are getting the full picture. The reason this skill matters so urgently today is not nostalgia. It is practicality. Power grids fail. Freezers stop working. Supply chains break down faster than most people expect when real emergencies hit. A household that knows how to salt cure meat can take a raw cut, preserve it indefinitely with minimal cost, and eat well long after everyone else is scrambling. No generator required. No special facility needed. Just salt, meat, a container, and the knowledge you are about to absorb. This is food security in its most honest, most ancient, and most reliable form. Understanding why salt works changes everything about how confidently you approach this process. When salt meets raw meat, osmosis begins immediately. The salt draws moisture out of the muscle tissue and pulls it toward the surface, creating conditions that dangerous bacteria simply cannot survive in. Pathogens like listeria depend on moisture and warmth to multiply and spread. Salt systematically eliminates both. As the harmful bacteria die off, a completely different bacterial group, salt-tolerant organisms, moves in and takes over. These bacteria produce lactic acid as they work, and that lactic acid does something wonderful. It transforms the flavor profile of the meat, deepening it, enriching it, and creating a complexity that fresh meat never achieves. The cure does not just preserve, it improves. On top of that, some whole muscle cures will develop a thin white coating on the exterior during the drying phase. That coating is penicillin mold. Yes, the same family as the antibiotic. It is safe, it is traditional, it is evidence that the curing environment is functioning exactly as intended, and generations of people across multiple continents have eaten cured meat with this mold present without any issue whatsoever. Getting started requires almost nothing. 3 things cover the entire supply list. First, quality whole muscle meat, pork belly, beef cuts, and similar intact muscle pieces all respond beautifully to this method. Second, a curing container of any kind, a deep plastic tub, a sturdy tray, or even the vegetable crisper drawer already inside your refrigerator works perfectly well. Third, and most critically, pure salt. This detail matters more than people initially realize. Pick up the salt currently in your kitchen and read the ingredient label on the back. Commercial salts frequently contain anti-caking agents for better pourability, added iodine for nutritional purposes, or supplemental minerals for various reasons. None of those additives belong in a meat cure. You want exactly one ingredient listed: salt. Sea salt works. Himalayan pink salt works. Pure kosher salt works. The variety matters far less than the purity. Buying in bulk is the smart move since pure salt stores indefinitely and the cost per use across months of curing is genuinely minimal. The method itself is called the salt box method, and its power comes entirely from its simplicity. Modern recipes for curing meat have drifted toward unnecessary complexity, precise gram measurements, specialty curing compounds, multi-step processes that intimidate beginners before they even start. Those approaches have their place in specific applications, but they are not what preserved meat across thousands of years of human civilization. Nobody in ancient Rome was consulting a digital scale. Nobody in ancient Egypt was calibrating salt ratios against meat weight percentages. They were pressing salt into meat with their hands and trusting a process that worked reliably because the science behind it is sound. Take your cut of meat and press salt firmly into every surface, top, bottom, all sides, every edge, until the entire exterior is evenly coated. Whatever salt naturally adheres is the correct amount. The surface itself regulates the application. Adding cracked black pepper or dried herbs alongside the salt introduces excellent flavor without affecting the preservation process, though salt alone accomplishes everything necessary. Place the salted meat in your container on a small elevated rack that keeps it above any liquid collecting below. As the cure works, brine pools at the bottom of the container as moisture leaves the meat steadily over the following days. Thinner, flatter cuts should never sit in that pooled brine. Prolonged contact causes oversalting, so either drain the container once or twice daily or maintain consistent elevation throughout. Thicker, denser cuts like large roasts behave differently. They benefit from brine contact because osmosis reverses direction and pulls salt-saturated liquid back deep into the muscle, achieving penetration that surface salt cannot reach alone on thick tissue. Leave the meat somewhere cool for at minimum 5 days. Larger pieces need 8 to 10 days. Firmness is your progress indicator. Cured meat becomes rigid and dense while undercured meat remains soft and flexible. Meat that still feels floppy at the 5-day mark needs additional salt and more time. When the cure is complete, rinse the surface under cold water, pat it thoroughly dry with a clean cloth, and hang it in a cool dark space using a hook or butcher's twine for 5 to 10 additional days of air drying. If the result tastes slightly oversalted, soak sliced portions in plain cold water for 1 hour before cooking and the excess salt draws right out. Over time, as the meat continues drying across weeks and months, it hardens into something almost rock solid, at which point traditional practice calls for grating it over dishes exactly like hard cheese, adding intense concentrated flavor to everything it touches. 1 ingredient. 0 electricity. Unlimited shelf life. This is the skill that fed the ancient world, and the one that could protect yours.